episode of A Cup of Tea, and this is the first episode in 2026. It's taken a little bit of time to organize these episodes again for this new year because of other projects. And actually, if you look where I am in this new space, this is not where I did the previous episodes. Because I got a beautiful new space. I'm doing a program with young people here at Baraka Opera Kenya Hub, where we've been partnering to bring music literacy to young people, to elevate their knowledge of music, and so that they are also able to get the value they need and the credibility they need in the world of work, even as they continue improving their skills. So I'm really, really happy to be able to do the first episode of A Cup of Tea in 2026 in this Baraka Opera, beautiful hub here with beautiful space, beautiful lighting. And really, I want to address the young people in this first episode, really directed to the young people, even from what I'm seeing as I interact with them in this beautiful course that will really elevate their knowledge in music and their practical musicianship, so that they can be valued members in the society. Now, as a mother, as a teacher and educator, one of the things that really concerns me, and don't take this negatively, it's just one of those things that I keep thinking about, especially in the space of wanting to really and having a strong desire to elevate young people to do well in this world. This is the time that young people of this century are supposed to be getting opportunities of work. They're supposed to be getting good education. They're supposed to have the world at their feet so that they can excel in everything that they do. It's their time. For me, who has been in the world of work, I've done most of what I need to do right now in my life, and I'm just at the tail's end. And one of the things that I do in this A Cup of Tea is to give wisdom to those who should get it from me. And as I've said, my address is to those young people who would call me a mom, and who would identify as my children, or even just younger generation people. You know, this world is a good place. After living for quite some time and being able to also be in the same space of being a young person, growing to this age now, after doing so many things, having worked for a long time, having successfully brought up a family, and also doing my work as an educator and seeing so many people grow, I can tell you that there are a few learnings that I'm glad that our parents taught us when we were young, so that we can thrive. And you young person, when I say young person, I'm talking about a person who, you know, especially people of ages, you know, in their 30s and below, who are adults. It is important to know that to succeed in life, it's not just about your knowledge. It's not just about the fact that you have a lot, you think you can do so many things. Because young people, first of all, you have two main advantages. I always tell young people this all the time when I meet them, that when I look at myself and I look at you, there are you have several advantages. The two main ones over me now is that you as a young person, you have a lot of energy. I mean, sometimes it's unbelievable, the things that I used to do in my 20s, and that is now, it's almost impossible to do them now, and it's such an uphill task. And then number two, you've got time. You have lots of time, because this is when most of the young people probably, they have not even started families. Some of them have just come from high school, they are going into colleges, others are now looking for work. You know, there's lots of time. There's lots of time to be able to make or break your life. But then one young person in my class, in this class that I'm doing about music literacy, you know, with this group of young people, one young person asked, hey, you know, nowadays, the world is so highly competitive. What are the chances of us getting work, you know, getting employed, or just being able to make a living out of this music even we are doing? And the one thing that snapped out of my head and through my mouth was attitude. I told these young people, look, there's an attitude you must have in life. Inaitwa kujituma. Send yourself. Have a servant's attitude. Like, because you have a lot of energy and you have a lot of time, don't be so quick to think about money. Honestly, first, think about service to others. Find yourselves, look at opportunities that call for your service, because you can. You know, the same effort you take to carry someone's bags for them to their car, if you find that opportunity, it's not the same energy, effort like I would do. For me, it is uphill. My back does not work properly, my knees. You know, there are so many things. But as a young person, that's endear yourself to people who will build your network to that place that you can actually leverage on even when you're looking for work opportunities. And obviously, you young person, who would that be? It will be somebody of my caliber, somebody who's much older than you. They've lived life, they have been in workplaces, they have got influence, and you can actually glean from them. I tell young people, the best thing to be in this world, in a positive way, is an opportunist. I've always been an opportunist. I look for opportunities to grow. I look for opportunities to serve. And then using that opportunity, I grow myself. It's not always about money. It's what you have in your hand that you can give. So don't sit there and say, oh, somebody's going to discover my talent. You know, it makes me laugh sometimes. I look at a young person and say, oh, just, you know, bumping into somebody, I see them carrying an instrument, I say, what's your name? Oh, you do this. And probably in my school, they came to visit someone, I say, how comes I've never seen you? Oh, and you play the cello? But how comes you guys are not out there showcasing what you can do? I can't be more on social media than you as a young person. Can you showcase yourselves boldly and confidently? But there is a disclaimer. You need to learn, you young people, to respect, honor, and submit to your elders. I cannot stress this enough. We might have other episodes of this, and I ask you, please, to indulge me with your own opinion about this particular topic, and even what I'm saying now, to agree or disagree, or give your opinion, and let's see how we can work this forward. Remember when I started this A Cup of Tea, I said this is a collaboration of all generations, really. But now I'm talking from a person who is at this age trying, and my passion is really to elevate the young person. And so some of the things I learned as a young person, I'd like to pass those on. How have I succeeded? Because I consider myself successful. Successful doesn't mean that you have billions in the bank. It just means that you've been able to, you know, if you look at your life from the time you're very young up to now, where I've reached, there's some things I can say, oh, there's something I can leave as a legacy for the next generation. That's what I mean. Being rich, being wealthy is not just about the resources that you have, but how you've grown other people as well. And as a Christian, there are many teachings about respecting elders. You know, the teachings tell you to show active respect. I'll just give a few verses, you go find out for yourself. Leviticus 19:32 commands, stand up in the presence of the aged. Show respect for the elderly and revere your God. Then there's submitting to leadership. This is something that, again, with time I see it has really gotten out of control, and somebody has to address it. You know, young people disrespecting their leaders. You know, it does not matter how you feel, and even when you feel you're wrong, do not disrespect your leaders. The leaders are actually, you know, they're actually ordained by God. So you need to submit to leadership. 1 Peter 5:5 directly tells younger individuals to submit themselves to their elders, clothing themselves with humility. Humility, clothe yourself with humility. Honor your parents. Ephesians 6:2-3 highlights the commandment to honor thy father and mother as the first commandment with a promise, promising long life. Do not abuse your parents. Not in secret, in public, don't do it. Value their wisdom. Job 32:7 states, those who are older should speak, for wisdom comes with age. It really does. No matter what you think, there is wisdom with age. Double honor for leaders. 1 Timothy 5:17 notes that elders who direct church affairs well are worthy of double honor. Not everybody does what they're supposed to do. I'm not saying that we don't have those bad apples, but on the whole, you as a young person, you follow the commandments, you follow the teachings of God so that you can grow. And finally, respect dialogue. Even when disagreeing, young people are encouraged to address elders with respect rather than harshness. This is in 1 Timothy 5:1. I would like to hear sharings from, you know, other books of knowledge, other books, respecting other people's religions. What is this something that everyone can relate with, or it's just a personal feeling? But I know for sure it has worked well for me. I'm where I am because of some of these attributes that were really, 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 really instilled in us when we were young people. And now we can say, at least you've done your round in this world. Yes, not waiting to die. I still have lots that I have to do. And one of them is what I'm doing now, trying to impart the wisdom of life into young people, because I've been through that space myself, and I know what it means to have been young and now starting to age. So I hope this episode has touched a core somewhere, and it's not just only for the young people, it's for all of us, even me, to remind myself some of these things. If I've forgotten, it's good to remind. Always going back to the basics will teach you to be better. Even as an older person, I want to be better. Where I've forgotten things, as I do these episodes, I also remind myself to do better for myself and for others. Thank you so much for watching, and please feel free to share this video with other people out there. Give your comments, give your insights. Whether you're young or old, we are all in the same space to grow one another. Thank you so much. Ciao.